Hello everyone and welcome on back to some more Dash Auto Repair. Today it's a little windy out and there's some stuff in my garage, so I can't bring this in, so sorry if it's a little weird. But anyways, we're going to be taking out an alternator on a 2012 Toyota Camry 4-cylinder. It's got the 2.4 in it. So what we need to do first is we need to take off the negative battery terminal, 10 mil. So let's go ahead and do that. Looks like the battery is good. It was tested, so we're just going to replace that alternator out. All right, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Stay tuned. Alrighty, so welcome on back. So after you take off the negative battery terminal, this is where we need to put our focus to, right? So here's the alternator. We need to release the tension on the belt tensioner right here. So we're going to get a 14, I think it is. Let's see. Yep, 14. You're going to go that way. So trick, I'm gonna get a bigger wrench. Okay, so it's 14. Basically put it on the edge down there. Okay, that's gonna tighten it. We need to go a little lower. Sorry for the wind. If the audio is weird, I'll just fix it. So you just remove the belt, wiggle it off. I need to get a little bit more tension on there, or off of there, I should say. It's easier to use a 12-point wrench. So wiggle it off. There it is. Now it's off. You want to make sure to get your wrench back. But anyways, put that aside. Let's take off the top one, which is a 14. Whatever angle you want to hit it. Ugh. Looks like I might need to get. There we go. There we go. Over here using the wrong tools when I have all the right tools. Just being resourceful. So basically we're going to loosen this. And the top up here is a 14, and then there is another one down below here. Right there, you guys can see that. It's also a 14. So I'm just loosening it. And then at that point, we're going to focus on actually focus on taking the cable off. That thing is on there. So I'm going to use a different tool for that, so stay tuned. And we're back. Just going to use a wrench or a ratchet. I need to get I'm only able to get a couple things off of this one, but anyways, it's working. The AC line's in the way, so it's a bit weird. All right, but now that one's loose, I gotta break the bottom one. Let's see. To break it from a good angle. This might be a knuckle buster. That one's on there. Yeah, that one is on there. Okay. I must have went down on that one pretty hard when I installed this at first. But anyway, so I'm going to get a 3/8 breaker bar real quick. Alright, so I went ahead and got a 3/8 breaker bar and I broke it. Didn't break the breaker bar, I broke the nut torque. But anyway, so now you want to unclip the little connector. You want to separate these connectors. So in order to do that, you need to pry it. Or you can use some dikes. And forget this rain, but anyways. So you want to unclip these sort of boogers. unclip those. So now we're going to take off the 10 mil. Looks like 10 mil. 10 mil for this. And if you did not have the battery cable unplugged, this thing would have sparked. Because you, my friend, are grounded. You're grounded, Junior. Anyways, take off that 10 mil. Forget this rain. I will make videos helping people with their work, rain or shine, Mother Nature. You hear me? You will not control me. Okay, so this one's a bit different. I might not even need to do that one because there's a 10 mil right here. I'm just gonna undo that real quick. There's a little bracket on the alternator. Just take that off. Let's see. I did not bring 10 mil with me, I believe. So, there's one. It's like a 3/8, but it'll work. Power tools because it's taking too long in the rain. Okay. Once that's off, all right, set that bolt aside. Do not lose it. Okay, now we can maneuver this thing out of the way, and we have enough room to take the alternator out. I recommend removing the dipstick, kind of sitting the AC line on the outside of it. Now let's undo the screws that are holding on the alternator. Okay. You know that happened last time, thankfully. This is right here. Set that aside. Get this other one off. There we go. Now they're both off. Now you should wiggle alternator out of the way, and you, my friend, have just taken out your alternator in your Camry. Gotta kind of wiggle it out. Don't want to snag anything too much. Like I said, you put the AC line behind that, and that'll help tremendously. There you go. And there you have an alternator. All right, now let's get it back in. Alrighty guys, so now that we got the old one out, here is the new one. We need to go ahead and get this bad boy in. So let's get right into it. I'm gonna wiggle this thing down. Sorry for the wind. Alright. Put this behind. Put the father in. Make sure the orientation is right. Oh. That's the most annoying part of this, is the silly refrigerant hose. So now that cleared, we can move that back if you want, or we can leave it. It's probably gonna go back on its own. All right, so put the top one in. It's 14 mil. Kind of hold it in place. Woo! Sorry for the wind. I really love to be in my garage. I gotta get that crap out of there. You know how it is, once you have a bigger garage, you're just gonna keep on adding stuff. That was a choice. Alright, I'm gonna put the bottom one in. Threading pretty nice. Once I get these threaded, I'm gonna go ahead and use the ratchet. Self-ratchet ratchet, put it in there. Okay, that's good. Put the bottom one in there. Again, it's a 14 mil. All right, now it's on both the brackets. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten those brackets, or the alternator brackets, right here. One right there, one down here. Oh, there you go. This one right there. Right there. And then this one. So, gotta tighten them bad boys. Let's do that. And I'm gonna be tightening it tight, so actually I'm gonna be using a wrench. So 14 mils. Okay, let's tighten these bad boys up so they don't get loose. Not too tight. Just want to give it some torque. Looks like I can still turn it with my hand for a second. I'm going to tighten it up more. Put the dipstick in, of course. Don't be silly like me. Forget it. You don't want any obstruction going into there. Get this thing pretty tight. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so now that one's not going anywhere. Get the bottom tight. One more turn. And then from there, you should be good. You don't want it to be too tight, but you want it to be pretty snug. I could totally be using a different tool, but I'm being stubborn. Okay, let's say that's pretty tight. Yep, that thing is tight. Cool, so now with the alternator brackets tightened, you got that 14 mil on the bottom, 14 mil at the top. Now we can go ahead and put the belt on, and then we can hook up the rest of the extremities. So get yourself your 14 mil and make sure you're on the right pulley. There's the tensioner down there. Let's see, which way am I going? I'm going this way. So you want to go towards you. Slap that bad boy on. Make sure, like I said, it's down there on the tensioner pulley. Release the tension. Boom. That's one of the best inventions ever. The screw tensioners are stupid. Whoever designed those can go to hell. And people will probably be like, oh, but they're more tight. Well, and they're less prone to damage over time. Well, I prefer these, and mechanics prefer these. You heard it here. I'm sure every other mechanic agrees with me. All right, now let's go ahead and get this bracket on that had the 10 mil. So I'm gonna screw the 10 mil with my hand first. All right, now tighten it. Oops. Got it. I'm gonna try another tool. Actually, just gonna tighten this with my fingers because it's a 10 mil, and you know the 10 mils just disappear. They run away. I don't know where they go. No one ever does. They're like socks, you know. The socks just, I don't know where socks go. I think the dryer eats them, like the cars eat your 10 mil. At least that's how it feels sometimes. So tighten this bracket. That's a 10 mil. It's very simple. Alright, that bad boy's on there. Now, let's loosen up the power for the alternator. It's a 10mm nut. Take that off. Boom. Put the boot back on. There you go. Slap it on. Make sure the teeth go into the grooves. Very important. You do not want to tighten this thing if the teeth are not in the grooves. So, go ahead and do that. Tighten it. Pretty snug. You don't want to do it too tight. Okay. Alright, that's snug. That's on there. Clip the little clip. Should hear a nice little click. Alright, and the last thing is you need to put on the connector for the alternator. Clip it on, you'll hear a click. There it is. Beautiful. Now, most important part, you need to double check all your stuff. You can trust yourself, but it's always good to go back over what you did just to verify that everything is good. No obstructions in the belt assembly. Tensioner looks good. Looks like it's on the crank. Looks like it was not removed from the compressor. All the grooves are on. It's on the alternator. Pulley. My 14mm at the bottom is tight. My 14mm at the top is tight. I remember that. I plugged in the connector. I put in this bracket. I put on the power. Good to go. Now we can screw the negative battery terminal back in. Start this thing up. So follow me over here. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on. There we go. Tighten her up. It's 10mm. All right, she's tightened up. Boom, ready to go. All right, let's start this thing up. We successfully replaced an alternator on a 2012 Toyota Camry with a 4-cylinder. I think it's the 2.4. Let's see. It is 2ARFE. I believe that's the 2.4. Anyways, let's go ahead and start this bad boy up. All right, let's see how it runs. And there it is. It works great. All right. Like, share, subscribe for more. Dash Auto Repair out. Peace.